Okay, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing a little bit of a spring thrift haul with you guys. Now all these things are things from years past, things that are tried and true in my home. I love them so much. I will never get rid of them. I don't plan to get rid of them, let's just say that. So these are just items that I think are very unique, things that are just special to me. I typically like to keep my very unique things in different areas of my home that can kind of be displayed. So like in my hutch back there, on my buffet, those things don't really get touched very often. So just certain areas where I can highlight them without them breaking in things along those lines. So whenever I go thrifting, I like to keep an eye out, like I said, for unique pieces. I like to keep an eye out for copper pieces. I like to keep an eye out for really unique baskets, any type of really good greenery or florals. That's typically harder to come by, but I have some really nice pieces that I'm going to show you in today's video. And I'm also, because I couldn't get everything in this clip, I'm also going to be taking you around my home and showing you some really neat furniture pieces. As you guys saw, I took down one of the little pieces off the wall to show you guys up close. But anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and dive in. I have no rhyme or reason for any of these things as far as the order, but like I had mentioned, I love collecting really cool candlesticks and like candle votives and like sconces and things like that. So anyway, last year I hit the jackpot on these bad boys. They are like tulip shaped candle holders. You put little tea lights in there. I found some out while I was thrifting one day, and I didn't end up purchasing them because they were like 25 bucks for a set, which probably isn't terrible, but honestly, I just didn't want to pay that much because I'm a cheapskate and I like to get things at a better price. So anyway, I had filmed that video last year going thrifting, and I had made a comment about how I wish I would have purchased them because I kept thinking about them, so on and so forth. Lo and behold, a girl that is local to me reached out and she was like, hey, I'm actually selling some of those for $10. So I got them half off. And anyway, so yeah, that's where these came from. I love them so much. I think they're so pretty, really pretty, like on a buffet. If you're making a tablescape, this would be really fun to add to it for spring, things like that. So another candle holder that I actually have two of these. They are these copper, like, I don't know, they remind me of flowers, but they are a chamber stick candle holder. I think they are so cool. And as you can see, I do love burning little candles. One of the things that I like to do is go to Hobby Lobby. You can buy the short, like stubby candles and put them in there. And they are like $1, maybe even under, I can't remember. For sure under $2. But anyway, I just put one in there and I kind of gradually burn it. But I bought these at an antique store. This one has a ton of patina, as you can see. Probably needs cleaned off, but I kind of like that it looks like that, honestly. But anyway, I bought these at an antique store for like $12.99 for the set, and I was thrilled. So I think that these are a great find. Definitely something that's unique. Like I said, just really pretty to have for the spring weather. Next up, I have this basket. I know it was thrifted. I just don't remember when or where or how much I paid for it, but I love it because it has the two little handles on it. This actually sits on a little wooden chair in my living room. And what I've been doing with it is throughout the day, if I need to like pick up things and just take them to different rooms in our home, this is kind of my little catch-all basket. So I will just throw the things in there and then carry this throughout my home and put everything back where it needs to go. But this is just super cute. You can use this for lots of different things, but I really like it just for a decorative piece. It adds like some nice texture to an area, and like I said, I like throwing things in it. That way I don't have to throw it all in my hands and carry it throughout my home. Okay, I'm going to talk about different vessels that I have thrifted over like the last several years. First one is this crock. So crocks can be really hard to come by at a decent price. I love them. I think they're so pretty, but I don't want to pay an arm and a leg. So whenever I come across one that I like that's a good deal, I will purchase it. So this one was 15 bucks. It does still have a sticker on it. That's the only reason I know the price, but I did buy this several years ago. I love the glazing that's on it. I think it's so pretty. It almost looks, I can't tell. It kind of looks gray to you guys maybe, but it's more of like a brown color. And then I just have dried hydrangeas inside of it. I know dried hydrangeas isn't everyone's taste for spring, but honestly, I just really think that they're pretty. So I like to keep those in there all year long. And then another vessel, I got this at an antique store as well. Kind of like a crock jug type of situation. But again, love all of the patina on there. It has some nice little handles with these little, like, I don't know, kind of braided detailed like little hooks on there, which I think is really neat. So I love having stuff like that for spring. I don't know, I just feel like warmer weather is just nice to have lots of texture, and you can do that in subtle ways without like going too overboard. So just adding little pieces like this throughout your home. If you have shelves, if you have a hutch, if you have a fireplace mantle, coffee table, buffet, anything like that, you can just create a little vignette with it, and I think it's a really nice touch. Okay, you guys are gonna crack up at this frame. I love this. I love thrifting frames, and I love printing out artwork from like Etsy and things like that and putting them in there. Okay, so this is stunning, right? I love how this looks. I'm trying to get it without the glare. It's like a bronzy finished frame, and it is completely broken. The bottom comes out, and I still like to keep it out because I think it's too pretty and I don't want to get rid of it. So I will keep it in a spot, like I said earlier, that is not going to get damaged, and that would be in my hutch. So you would never know that this was broken. But I do love it. I love the picture in there. I think it's so pretty. Last year I kept this on my buffet for spring and summer. I'm not sure if I will do that again or not, but I do love it. So thrift your frames. You can find them at fantastic prices and for really pretty looks, especially if you like kind of like that vintagey look. I think these are super nice to have. Okay, I told you guys that I thrifted some flowers. This has been several years ago now. I went to the Goodwill and thrifted a ton of white flowers. I actually don't have those specific ones anymore, but then I went to another thrift store. This was within like a week of each other, so it was crazy. And I found this beautiful bundle of flowers. This is only like half the bundle. I have tons more. They were like $6. It was crazy for the entire thing. So there's actually different types of flower stems in here, but you get the gist. You can find some really good ones when thrifting. I think that these are super pretty. I really love the like lifelike look that they have. I had said this in my last video. I shared a florals video for spring. If you haven't watched it, be sure to check it out. But I had talked about how like florals that are a little more sparse, I think, tend to look more realistic instead of ones that are like super like fluffy and like just really full, depending on the kind of plant it is, of course. But anyways, I think that these were such a steal for sure. Definitely have been a staple in my home for multiple years now. So be on the lookout for some good greenery and just good floral stems in general from thrifting. Again, that one's kind of hit or miss because it's kind of like finding gold. Once you find it, everyone is after it. So, but I still recommend looking because you can find some really, really good pieces. Okay, bringing you some more candle related things. So these were a thrift find from a friend of mine, and she gifted them to me, and I'm obsessed with them. I think they are beautiful. So it's more candle holders. I have no idea what this material is, but look at the detail on there. I mean, it is so pretty. I love how aged it is. It almost looks like leaves. That's why I like to use it in the springtime, but you can use these all year long very easily. But I just think they are stunning. And she ended up giving me these too, these really long taper candles. I would probably like break them to make them a little shorter, but I love the color. There's like this minty color, which I think again is really pretty for spring. And then more little vessels that I love collecting. Again, super pretty. I just think like all these patina pieces are stunning for just the warmer weather, and like I said, it just warms up a space a lot. Okay, I have two more vessels I want to show you guys. One of them is a really nice pitcher. So you cannot go wrong with thrifting pitchers. They are perfect for spring. I think that these with some flowers inside, sitting on a dining room table, a coffee table, putting them in your kitchen, anything like that is just honestly kind of like a staple. So I love this one. It does have some good patina on there. I love the chipping. It's very pretty. This is, I don't even know what kind. Oh, this is ironstone. That's awesome. So yeah, really good piece. I love this. So there's the little label right there. So that's cool. But I will definitely be keeping this. I keep it in my hutch all the time because it's just one of those pieces that I want to keep like near and dear to me. So Anyway, I have that one, and then another one is this. This thing is so neat. So it's just a brass vase. No idea what brand or anything like that, but I found it at the antique store. It was very inexpensive, and I love this one. It's something I've had for many years. So I love keeping an eye out for awesome vessels, if you guys cannot tell. And then another thing, okay, these just scream spring and summer to me. So it's kind of like a window pane. I have two of them. As you guys can tell, I like to keep them on the side of my hutch back there. But something about this, I think it just kind of reminds me of like a trellis or something that like plants can grow up. And I think it's stunning. So if you were able to layer in, like if you had these next to a mirror or something, next to an entryway table or on a wall or something like that, and then you had a vase next to it with some flowers, like, you cannot tell me that this would not be beautiful, right? That's stunning. I love it. I think it's so pretty. So anyways, always keep an eye out for really unique pieces like this that you can hang on the wall, because you can really add a lot of character to a space by adding things like this. So now that you guys have seen some of the pieces that I have thrifted throughout the years for spring specifically, I'm going to take you with me through my home and show you a couple other pieces that I really like. Again, they just have like those textures and really unique details that I just think are really charming for this time of year. Alright, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching today. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new. I would love to have you. Definitely hit that bell notification, that way you're notified every time I post, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.